We'll water those seeds and we'll bloom together. I want you to tune in weekly with me. If you can't tune in live, then I would like for you to tune in online. But for now, we're just going to let the music roll as I prepare shoes. Oh, the places you'll go.
I'll see you in the future. 104.5 WRFU.
I slept each night, my heart was full, I can't let go, I don't wanna forget, I wake each night, won't let it hit me, yeah, I'm broken, can't you see? I'm broken, can't believe I won't see your face when I wake up each morning. I'm broken, I don't see hope, only room for despair. I wake each night, reaching for thin air. I can't let go, I don't wanna forget, you're beyond my reach. I'm broken, can't you see? I'm broken, can't believe I won't see your face when I wake up each morning. I'm broken, can't you see? I'm broken, can't believe I won't feel you breathing next to me. It only hits me in the eve that I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm broken, can't you see? I'm broken, can't believe I won't see your face when I wake up each morning. I'm broken, can't you see? I'm broken, can't believe I won't feel you breathing next to me. It only hits me in the eve that I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm broken. I'm broken.
I want to welcome everybody back to Talks with Tari on 104.5 WRFU. I wanted to have a little background music playing here, but having some technical difficulties, and we will move forward. Today I decided that I would discuss shoes. Oh, the places that you'll go in the shoes that you wear. A little bit about me. My name's Laterica. I am a doula. I am a nurse. I'm to a wife and a friend. I reside here in Champaign-Urbana. Born and raised to my parents on the north side of Champaign, Birch Village area, if anybody's familiar. I've been married and divorced. Both of my parents are gone. I grew up poor, and I'm still overcoming all things with the perseverance. So I plan to give you a couple tips on how to just continue to push forward when things seem almost impossible.
I know they love you. With tender years, can't know the fears that your elders grew by. So please help them with your youth. They seek the truth before they can die. And teach your parents well. Their children's hell did slowly go by. And feed them on your dreams, the one they picked.
All right, everybody, I want to welcome you to Talks with Tari on 104.5 WRFU. Just go ahead and listen to the music for a bit, and we'll get right back with you.
Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh. And know they love Don't you ever ask them why. If they told you, you would cry. So just look at them and sigh. And know they love you. It's easy to believe what you see on TV. It's a lot harder to stand when no one's holding your hand. Red, white, and blue stand for freedom and truth. Now all the colors in the rainbow sky stand for questions. Yeah, we're gonna ask why. We're gonna ask why. pouring down my face, 'cause my love life is a mess. Oh, why do I try to chase the wrong guy? It's classic me.
Yellow marker. All right.
I want to welcome everybody to 104.5 WRFU Talks with Tari at 2 o'clock on Tuesdays. Truth is difficult, but essentially necessary. Let's grow together as we plant our seeds, water, and bloom. Tune in every week at 2 o'clock to get some sun.
Make it crystal clear. See, I've been picked out to be picked on. Talked about out my friend's mouth. I've been beat down till he turned my life around. Seems like I always fall short of being worthy. I ain't good enough, but he still loves me. I ain't no superstar. The spotlight ain't shining on me. No. 'Cause I ain't good enough, but he still loves me. Love me.
I used to wake up some days and wish I stayed asleep, 'cause I went to bed on top of the world. Today the world's on top of me. Now everybody's got opinions. They ain't fitting my position. And that it breaks my heart when I hear what they have to say about me.
What they say about you. I always fall short of being worthy.
Lord, I ain't worthy.
'Cause I ain't good enough, but you still love me. I ain't no superstar.
I ain't no superstar. I wanna be for you.
'Cause I ain't good enough,
But he still loves me. I'm not perfect.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I'm trying my best. Yes, I ain't good enough. No.
Something about the way I succeed. I don't succeed.
I ain't good enough. Just ain't good enough.
But you love me.
If you ain't worthy, just raise your hands and let me know that you understand that we are all so blessed to be loved.
Stand for him or fall for anything. 'Cause through his eyes we all look the same. What will we do without blame?
Seems like we always fall short of being worthy.
We are not worthy.
I ain't good enough,
I ain't good
but he still
enough.
loves me. I ain't no superstar.
I ain't no superstar, but I wanna be for you, Lord.
'Cause I ain't good enough,
Oh,
but he still loves me.
I'm not perfect, no. Yes, I do wrong. Trying my best. I ain't good enough. Shut my door. I don't succeed, baby. I ain't good enough. Ain't good enough, but y'all sing with me. If you understand, just sing with me. Oh, the Lord's been so good to me. If you're shunned by the world, I ain't good enough, but the Lord still loves me. Raise your hands if you understand how He blesses you, 'cause He blessed me too. Even though I ain't worthy, you ain't worthy. He's there for you. No matter what I do, I ain't good enough. God still loves me.
That song right there, I feel like, is a true testimony of what I got going on. In weakness, when we ain't strong, when we make mistakes, understanding and knowing that He still is there. A little bit about myself. My name's Laterica. I also go as Tari, too better known as Panda. I am an avid doula, nurse, wife, and friend here in the Champaign-Urbana community, attempting to shed light on some things that may be a little difficult for us to sometimes discuss, such as poverty, the importance of protecting our children, strengthening each other, education, relationships and their difficulties, family issues that arise all too often, acceptance of things that we truly can't control, so much more. Today I want to discuss shoes and the places that we've gone in our shoes, the places that we are to go in our shoes, and sometimes the way that we feel stuck in our shoes. I'm going to go ahead and I'll play a second song. After this song, then we will delve in. I'm really excited about today's topic. I actually have a story to share, and it's a little funny because as parents, oftentimes we will be reminded of what we're doing wrong or how we can correct some of the things that we do in parenting our children. And so it was interesting that God kind of used an example that I'm going to share with you with my eldest daughter that's 10. And he'll just kind of bounce it right back at me sometimes. I'll say to her, "You really need to listen." And then I'll hear it in my spirit, "You really need to listen." And so in that instance, I was like, "Oh, this will be a great topic for next week's show. I'm going to use this as an example." And she kind of got a little embarrassed because you know that kids don't want all of their business, foretold, especially on Mom's new radio show. But I told her that I would turn it around and I would make us all a reflection of what it was that she did and how we could apply that to our lives as adults. So I can't wait to share.
She said she'd never told your mind. Never like this.
I always stress, but I like it when you take your stress out on me. And you know that I like those tiger stripes, gon' put them stretch marks on me. On me, yeah. On me like I'm my protection. I wish that we could get reckless, like my imagination. Yeah. This is just the tip of it. Yeah, this is just the tip of it. Tell me if you're feeling. I wanna change your life. I just wanna change your mood. Make you need to change your clothes. Still I never changed on you.
We have DVSN, POV.
And I just wanna change your point of view. That means that I gotta turn you around so weird. Holding your hair for you while you get down so weird. Things that I do for you, hoping you do to me the same things I do to you. And equality, you know. Change positions like you change your mind. At first we had to rush, now you keep saying take your time. This is just the tip of it. Can't wait to get into it. Tell me if you feel it. I wanna change your life. I just wanna change your mood. Make you need to change your mood.
There's something about good music that just does something to me. I remember the first time that I heard a song that I really, really loved, and I'll probably go off on a couple tangents every now and again just because that's who I am. And if you know me personally, to know me is to love me, but you know for sure that I do I do go a little sideways sometimes, and that's okay because I always get back on track. But I want to share with you a song, actually the first song that I officially would say that I loved. I love this song. I still love this song. When I heard this song, my whole heart was warm. I remember the emotional upset that I had at the moment. I was 8 or 9 years old. My mom had fell ill, and I went to get my brothers and sisters to let them know that she was at home, and she was not clothed, and she would not get out the bed, and she would not respond, and that something was wrong. And so my sister, she came, and she had this little red Geo. I'll never forget it. And this song was playing in the backseat of, or this song was playing, and I'm sitting in the backseat of her car, rather. And I will never forget the way that this song made me feel. Now, as a young child, I did not know that my mom was as ill as she was. I just knew that something was wrong and that I needed help. And so I went to get help. And I fell in love with music in the same day that something very traumatic happened. My mom was actually hospitalized following that trip to the hospital for almost a year. There was an amputation that followed, and there was just there was a great change in my life after that day. The day before I heard this song, everything was normal. Mom was a little sick, but she wasn't at the hospital yet. I was playing with my friends. Dinner was served. The very next day, hospitalization, close to death, ICU, and there played this song. And I'm going to share this song with you. I believe that this song is what truly pushed my love for music. Without further ado.
You got to make your mind up.
And I am a little nervous, so bear with me as I continue to grow strength in everything that I do. I perfect what it is that I venture out on. So this here is just, this is another place that my shoes are carrying me. And I'm going to explain the importance of shoes in just a minute. Let's listen to this Key Sweat.
Tell me what
twisted. Thinking about the way that things used to be. When it was you with me, girl, I was so free. See, you had my heart from the start like Cupid, and I was just downright foolish and stupid. But now I know the reason for the pain and the headaches. You left me all alone, now I can't even concentrate. I guess I'll wait for the day until you come back, because my heart is where your love is at. You got me twisted.
So, in the back seat of this red Geo sits this little nappy head, light-skinned girl, and I'm just jamming to the music. And I remember I was telling my guy last night, I said, I just remember saying that they needed to turn the ambulance down because I couldn't hear the music. And, man, every time I hear this song, it just does something to me, to my soul. You gotta find you a soul song. This is my soul song. And it ain't necessarily gotta be, you know, about the gospel or speaking of scriptures. Just as long as it's a positive song, as long as it gives you life, then you find you a soul song. So I found this while I was on YouTube here looking at a couple things.
I'm about to...
And it is Grandpa from the Boondocks, and he's talking about his new shoes. Let's hear him.
Sing the new shoe song. New shoes, new shoes. Boy, Nike makes some good shoes.
And so I thought that was really cute when I found it. I was like, I can't believe I forgot that episode. I had seen it. And he's just so excited that he has on his new shoes that he makes a song about it. And getting a pair of new shoes is a really, really exciting time. Like, let's think back on when we were young and we got our new shoes. We'd lay our outfit out the night before if we didn't beg for a new outfit to go with the new shoes, because we wanted everything to be new. You don't want to put on a new pair of shoes without a new outfit. So you lay out your outfit. If it ain't new, it's clean. You want it ironed or folded neatly. You gotta wear something new with your new shoes. And so I got a pair of new shoes. My new shoes are actually to fill a time slot on Tuesdays from 2 to 3 o'clock on this radio, 104.5 WRFU, doing a talk show. So I put on my new shoes, right? And we all know that when we get new shoes that sometimes they don't fit very well. We got to break them in a little bit. Make sure that, oh, I turned the mic up a little bit. I'm thinking that you guys can hear me a little bit better. But yeah, we get our new shoes and they don't fit that well. They're a little too tight, squeezing on the pinky toes or rubbing against the ankle, and you say, I have to break in these shoes, right? And you're breaking in the shoes so that they will fit more comfortably. So right now I got on my new shoes as y'all talk show host from 2 to 3 on Tuesdays, 104.5 WRFU, and I am breaking in my new shoes. That's exactly what I'm doing, and I love the analogy that God gave me because it's true. I gotta iron out the kinks of my new shoes. I gotta make sure that I can wear them for a long period of time standing if I need to. I have to make sure that I can run in these shoes if I need to. So, shoes are important. Another children's book that Ariel has been listening to, that her dad introduced her to, is called Pete the Cat. And he is saying that he loves his white shoes. But I want you to listen to the story and just take heed to how it transpires and how we could apply this children's book to our life as adults even. So let's take a listen to Pete.
Pete the cat was walking down the street in his brand new white shoes. Pete loved his white shoes so much, he sang this song.
I love my white shoes. 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 I love my white shoes.
Oh, no. Pete stepped in a large pile of strawberries. What color did it turn his shoes?
Red!
Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no!
He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my red shoes. 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 I love my red.
Oh, no! Pete stepped in a large pile of blueberries. What color did it turn his shoes?
Blue!
Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no!
He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my blue shoes. 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 I love.
Oh, no! Pete stepped in a large puddle of mud. What color did it turn his shoes?
Brown!
Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no!
He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my brown shoes. 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 I love my brown.
Oh, no! Pete stepped in a bucket of water. And all the brown, and all the blue, and all the red were washed away. What color were his shoes again?
White!
But now they were wet. Did Pete cry?
Goodness, no!
He kept walking along and singing his song.
I love my wet shoes. 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 I love my wet shoes.
The moral of Pete's story is, no matter what you step in, keep walking along and singing your song, because it's all good.
How cool is that? I'm over here with the biggest smile. I just love this story. So Pete starts out and he has white shoes. They're brand new. They're the shoes that I was just discussing, discussing the brand new uncomfortable shoes that you still have to break in. God forbid you go to work with some brand new shoes on. You know you got to walk them out before you, go and work an 8-hour shift. So Pete has his white shoes and he's walking along and he's singing his song. And he loves his white shoes. He loves his white shoes so much he's singing a song about his white shoes. I love my white shoes. I love my white shoes. Right? And then he stumbles upon a pile of strawberries. And he just walks right through them. Pete stepped in a big pile of red strawberries. Did Pete cry? Goodness, no. What did Pete do? He just kept on going. He went on along singing his song. But now instead of his white shoes, what he got? He got some red shoes. I love my red shoes. I love my red shoes. And they continue on with the book. He steps in blueberries. Then he steps in mud. So now that he got the mud on his shoes, Lord, don't nobody want no mud on their shoes. Now that he got the mud on his shoes, he's going to dip them into a bucket of water to clean them off so that they will be white again. But they end up wet. And so what does Pete do? He still takes in those wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. I love my wet shoes. And we have to be just like Pete. When we're teaching our children, like they said at the end of the book, the moral of the story is, no matter what you step in, you have to keep going, okay? And sometimes you got to keep going and you got to keep going and you got to sing a song and you got to smile and you got to be excited about the shoes that you wearing, right? Even though they ain't what you started with. They ain't the white shoes that you started with. But they're still your shoes. And so in wearing your shoes, right, you have to be okay with, you got to be okay with them getting dirty. You got to be okay with stepping in the wrong places at the wrong time. Because who could Pete be mad at? And let's say that. And I wish I could get a phone call right now. But we'll do that on another day. But who could Pete be mad at for his shoes being ill-colored? For them being red, blue, brown, and then wet? He couldn't be mad at anybody but himself for his shoes turning up like that, because who was wearing his shoes? Pete was. So we get ourselves into situations sometimes, right? And we have to wear an uncomfortable pair of shoes. You ever been at a function and you said to yourself, I really should not have worn these shoes? Oh, my feet. Maybe even thought about it while you were at home, right? You thought about it while you were getting dressed and you said, I know that I really should wear these shoes, okay? I know that these shoes are going to be uncomfortable, but they're cute and they match, right? So we put shoes on because they're cute and because they match, even though they do not, fit us comfortably. Okay? Now, I'm giving you all of these examples of shoes, and as I finish up toward the end of the segment, I'm going to draw it all into what I'm actually trying, to explain. Because I know that some of you may be thinking, why is she talking about shoes? No, shoes are important. Shoes carry us where we go. Shoes leave a reminder of where we've been. You may not want to remember that you stepped in that mud, but if you look down at your shoes, you got mud on them. You got mud on your shoes. You got some mud on your shoes. Yeah, we all need to take a look sometimes at our feet. I'm going to go into the story that I told you I would tell you about my daughter, my 10-year-old daughter. And it was really, really funny. It was the very next day that this happened. And it's that parenting thing that I told you that God will do, where he uses, he'll use an example, like a real life example of what's going on with your child, to get you to maybe look at your life in the way that he's looking at you. Okay? So, my daughter had picture day. And because it's spring, they were doing the full body picture of her instead of just the top half. And so I know that she's getting dressed for the day. I've already picked out her outfit. I was concerned about her shoes. I wanted to see if she was concerned about her shoes. Turned out she was. She went into my kitchen, okay? not my linen closet or my rag, my little rag den. She went into my kitchen and she got a kitchen towel. And she proceeded to wash her shoes with my kitchen towel. Okay. And some water. Now, she don't usually wash her shoes. It's something that's new for her. She's getting a little bit older, so now she's starting to be concerned with what? Her shoes, right? She knows she's getting ready to have this picture. She wants them to look good. So I catch her with the towel, and I say to her, "What are you doing with my kitchen towel washing your shoes?" I said, "Do you not understand that even though I'm going to run this towel through the wash, I could put hot water on it, I could put bleach, it still at one point could have had dog poop in it, right? Because somebody before you walked through, the hallway, had dog poop on their shoes. Now here you come, you got dog poop on your shoes." And that's another thing that we have to be careful of. We got to be careful of who we walking behind and what they treading in their shoes, right? Because if they treading in their shoes, then you treading right behind them. So I guided her to go and get some cleaner for her shoes and the appropriate rag after explaining to her that, it's, you don't get no kitchen towel. I don't know what possessed her to do that. And so I was so frustrated, and God just kind of rang in my spirit, Have you ever tried to clean up your shoes with the kitchen towel? Or have you ever tried to, and this is me taking it into a more adult situation, but have you ever tried to clean up a situation that you got yourself in with something that wasn't appropriate to clean it up with? You ever got mud on your shoes and tried to wipe them off with a kitchen towel, knowing that wasn't the route that you were supposed to take? Y'all know that it was simple, that the kitchen towel was right there, right? It's simple. But, and we all need to be aware of this. It's called the misuse of things. Yes, the towel is to clean, but it's only to clean certain things. This towel cleans certain things. This towel cleans certain things. Have you ever attempted to clean up a situation without apologizing? Well, they need to forgive me because they was in the wrong. Right? Now let's apply it to the shoes. You can't be mad at the mud. How you gonna be mad at the mud because you stepped in it? Is there any other way that you could clean the shoes other than to get a rag and some soap? Probably not. Is there any other way to resolve the conflict other than to apologize? Probably not. So sometimes we have to put ourselves in different situations, that may be uncomfortable for us, right? Because it was uncomfortable for her to get up and to go and to find the rag and to get the cleaner. And she was cool just using the kitchen sink, using the kitchen towel. No. Just because something's comfortable to you does not necessarily mean that it's okay. It was not okay for her to use that kitchen towel. Just like sometimes it's not okay for us to stay so deep in what we're feeling that we can't go apologize. We can't go, mend, make things right. We can't go and assist. We can't go with a positive attitude. So it's a situation where we have to reflect sometimes on when we're parenting our children and say, is there anything that I could take from this? Is there anything that I could take from this? And so I continued with the message with the shoes, right? Because the whole purpose of the shoes being washed was for picture day, okay? Now, every other day that she was putting these shoes on, she wasn't concerned, okay, about them being clean enough for a picture. But how does she not know that people were not taking pictures of her in her shoes, right? And I told her all of this. I said, you so concerned with them shoes today, and I knew that she would be, and I wanted her to be. But it was for me to elaborate on. such as I am. You so concerned about them shoes on picture day, right? Because you know that you going to the school and they're going to take a picture of you. But what about all the times that people are taking pictures of you and you're not aware? Shouldn't your shoes be clean all the time? We want to clean something up right before it's time to go. Oh, it's picture day. I better wash my shoes. Well, yeah, that is good, but why not just keep up? And this is what I'm telling you, keep up with your things. Keep up with the shoes that you will want to have a picture taken in. Should never have no mud on no nice shoes. And if it happens, it should be cleaned immediately. This shouldn't be old dry mud, right? As soon as something go down, as soon as something ain't right, as soon as you feel like, there needs to be correction in anything, in finances, in family, in relationship, at the job, the moment that you feel like this need corrected, I probably should correct this. Do that. Don't wait until the mud dry. It's easier to wipe it off when it first got on there. So that's what I'm telling her. I said, if you would have cleaned these shoes as soon as the mud got on there, it wouldn't be dried up mud. You wouldn't have a problem that you haven't trying to... What? I myself personally can keep up a pair of shoes for years. I started to wear a pair of sandals that I've had since 2010, 2011. And they still look pretty good. And I've worn them. But I'm careful of where I walk. Okay? I think about where I'm going before I leave too, if I'm gonna put these shoes on, right? How much walking will I have to do? These are my favorite sandals. I don't want to wear them out. I want them to look nice. They're sandals that I love my sandals. And so when we apply that to, let's take shoes, right? And let's put a person in the place of the shoe, right? So let's say that we're responsible for throwing mud at somebody since they the shoe, okay? And we didn't clean them off. We never, like I said, called to apologize. Said, hey, what I did was wrong. I could have been a little bit nicer. Maybe I should have helped you. Things could have gone differently. In that instance, you're preventing something from becoming more saturated. Because get this, there were some parts of the shoes that were not leather, okay? Which meant that it was able to seep into the shoe. If she would have cleaned it off immediately, it would have been different than the mud being dried, into the parts of the shoe that were not leather. And so as I'm going on this tangent about these shoes, like I said, applying it to people is what I did. And I started to think about all the people that maybe I needed to call and apologize to, or all of the things that I needed to rid my life of because I had walked in some places that were not clean. I had treaded through some muddy water, okay? And so in this last week, I've had a lot of self-discovery just in this, and God giving me a new pair of shoes and saying, I'm going to give you a talk show, Laterica. You're going to be on WRFU on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock. You will be able to share what it is that I gave you. And so, in me receiving my new pair of shoes, because when your mama go and she buy you some new shoes, you know that she done thought on you. So I'm like, okay, my dad done thought on me. I got some new shoes. Man. And so I've been thinking about, and delivering this message all week, I've been thinking about all of the different places that maybe I walked, right? That I shouldn't have walked. Or the places that I went in my shoes that I shouldn't have went. I've too thought about all of the positive places that I visited in my shoes. But I think the thing that resonated the most for me in this was, be careful of the ground that you tread. Let's Erica. You will show up, okay? You will show up for picture day with mud on your shoes if you do not properly take care of the mud that you come in contact with. And so now, whenever I feel something that I feel like may not be right, I correct it. I've been thinking on things, I've been correcting. Even a thought that comes to my mind, if it's not positive, I correct it. Because the longer I allow this mud, right, to just linger around me, it's going to dry, it's going to crust, it's going to seep into crevices, and it's going to be harder for me to clean it up. So this week, I want you to take with you the importance of being careful of where you go in your shoes, okay? Now, I can't get, there is no way that I could possibly get everything out in 1 hour. I got a lot to share with y'all. But this was just my opening. I started off a little nervous. I had a couple technical difficulties, but thanks to my brother DJ BJ, I got back in order. I want to give a shout out to my babies. I want to give a shout out to my guy. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play Black Men United, You Will Know. This song right here is very touching. I feel like that we could all learn a little from the lyrics. And that's another thing that I want you to take with you this week. I want you to be careful of where you're walking. I want you to be aware of where you've gone so that you can clean up the mud that you may have already stepped in. And I want you to meet me back here next week, Tuesday, 2 o'clock, Talks with Tari, 104.5 WRFU. And so, I am super excited about everything that's happening. And I'm excited about all of the growth that's going to be taking place with us, because I know that even if only one person heard me, okay? If only one person heard me, they heard me. And if only one person takes heed, they take heed. And so I appreciate you for listening. I know that sometimes we are going to discuss some things that may get a little bit difficult or heavy. I know that you may not want to hear some of the things that I have to say, but we got to get back. We got to get back. We got to get back to that pure state of love and joy, you know, without any mud and muck. We want to walk around with white shoes so that when it's time to take a picture, we picture ready. We don't have time to go home and get told off by our mama for trying to wash our shoes with the kitchen towel and then have to switch over to the rag with the cleaner and let the shoes dry and put them back on so that we can go back to where we was in order to, you know what I'm saying? Get the picture taken. No. We gonna be ready. We gonna stay ready. I'm gonna slowly teach you how to live ready. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're gonna start ridding ourselves of the mud. Now, it may have taken a little while for this mud to get attached to you. It's done dried up. Like I said, it's now dirt. Just as long as it took for us to get into this situation is as long as it'll take us to get out, okay? So it ain't all gonna happen today. But this week, I want you to work on cleaning up the mud more than you ever have before so that you can get back to that pure state. Black Men United, you will know. Leading us out, 104.5 WRFU Talks with Tari. Thank you for listening. Until next time, my loves.
When I was a young boy, I had vision of fame. They were wild and they were free, and they were blessed with my name.
And then I grew older, and I saw what's to see. But the world is full of pain, and my dreams they left me.
And then I got stronger inside of the pain.
That's when I picked up the pieces, and I became my name.
And I fought hard, y'all, to come out my place. And right now, you look at me, and it don't seem in place.
Your dreams ain't easy, but just stick by your place. Go from boy to man, you gotta act like a man. When I get charged up, God wants to know, and my background certain.
You will know.
And I know you're crying, 'cause it's all in dismay. And the things you want, you can't have. They just all went away. But life ain't over.
104.5 WRFU Talks with Tari. Thanks again for tuning in. I had a great time today. I cannot wait until next Tuesday. I'm not sure what I'll be bringing, but I want to leave you with a motivational word for the week. And that word is clean. Clean. That's what we going for this week. We going to do a spring cleaning on our house. It's a great, beautiful day outside right now. We're going to pull out all our summer clothes. We're going to clean everything up, okay? We cleaning up relationships. We cleaning up family issues. We cleaning up our house. We cleaning up the kids' bedroom. We going to be clean, okay?
You will know. You will know. You will know. You will know, yeah. Your dreams ain't easy. Think about your plans. Boys, a man. You will act like a man. It ain't hard, yeah. Grab what you know.
It's my brother DJ BJ. What's up, man? Hey, man, what's up?
Yo,
I'm still live.
you're live right now?
Yeah.
Okay, alright, okay. We'll keep doing your thing. I just want to let you know you're doing good. Sounds great. I listen to it. Time to get.
My brother DJ BJ Clark calling to check on me, letting me know that I did all right today. I'm going to try to slowly graduate into a weekly program lineup. That way each week you know what to look for from me. But for right now, we're going to get back to our regularly scheduled programming. Until next time, family.